TelecomTV, where ICT connects.
Hello there, welcome to TelecomTV. I'm Martyn, Warwick. I'm at Broadband World Forum 2013 at the RAI Exhibition Centre in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and I'm talking with Dor Skuler, Alcatel-Lucent, cloud specialist, CloudBand man, I think we should call you, Dor. Thanks for being here, good to see you again. Always good fun. Let's begin by talking about the state of the overall industry now. What do you make of it?
Well, good to speak to you again. Thanks for the opportunity.
Pleasure.
I think the NFV industry is just in a phenomenal place right now. A year ago, the term didn't even exist.
Yep.
It's been exactly a year since the white paper came out from 18 operators. And I think it has created a fundamental shift. Actually, just got off stage in a lecture where I said I'm sure that by Mobile World Congress we'll see the soda machines all NFV because they're multi-tenant, right? They're different flavors of soda, and there's probably some internet connectivity everywhere and somewhere, so it's SDN enabled, right? So,
yeah.
But joking aside, we're starting to really see a lot of hype around NFV. But what we're actually seeing at customers is there are three different stages that I can map customers at.
Right.
Everybody at least is thinking about NFV in the last year. Most of them are still what I would call thinking about it, meaning they're building a strategy, they're considering where to begin, how to organize themselves accordingly.
Yep.
Some are experimenting, means they have a small team, they're doing some RFIs, they're doing some lab trials.
Yep.
Maybe they actually created a dedicated NFV team at the operations side or the networking side and not just in their research groups. And some, and this is the stage we want to get the industry at, executing. And for me, executing means that they actually have a plan, what they want to see in the network. They have a roadmap to get there, and they have real projects to get into the network in the next year or so. And we are starting to see some early adopters at that phase already, to the point where I think we're going to start seeing actual NFV in the network in 2014 for a few leading carriers.
Let's talk about SDN and NFV for a moment. They are complementary but completely separate things. Which came first? It's very chicken or eggish, this, isn't it? Which came first, SDN or NFV?
Well, who cares? But the point is, I think that to make NFV work, we do need SDN.
Yeah.
The way we see it in each of the clouds, so we build distributed clouds for our customers and then manage them together through the CloudBand platform. And each of those cloud locations, there are essentially three controllers. OpenStack or CloudStack has a virtualization controller.
Yep.
We have a storage controller. We're using an open source project called Ceph. And to abstract the network, SDN controller. And in this case, at least for us, it actually took us by surprise how willing customers are to introduce NFV quickly. And by the end of this year, we will actually ship CloudBand together with an NFV, with a SDN solution. Of course, we're choosing Nuage Networks, which is our own SDN. But when you get CloudBand, you will get Nuage as well with just one solution. So it's NFV needs SDN. SDN is part of it to help solve part of the problems we have around network abstraction. It's especially interesting because we move workloads from different sites.
Yeah.
And with SDN, the network moves with the workload. So as a virtual machine pops up in another site, all its networking attributes pop up in that site automatically, which just makes life easier for us in the NFV world.
I was interested to hear you say that customers, rather than being resistant to the notion, are willing to adopt it and embrace it very quickly. I've spoken to a lot of people about NFV and SDN over the past year, and everybody seems surprised by the fact that they are actually saying, yes, bring this on. Were you surprised by that, by the acceptance of the users and the operators and the network?
Yeah, so I am surprised. I think it's happening a lot faster than we thought. Now let's be clear.
Yeah.
NFV will not be deployed in scale in the next 2 years.
No.
But the understanding of what it means to the network, embracing it from the C-level suite, happened very, very quickly. Still, there are these three separate stages of customers, and not all of them are in the experimentation phase, and even fewer of them are actually talking about deployment and operationalizing it yet. I also think the battle isn't over there. There's still a lot of naysayers inside the industry, inside our customers, inside the vendor community as well, saying this doesn't make sense, it will never happen, but the tide is clearly shifting.
What about customer projects you can tell us about? Who are you working with? What are they coming to you? What kind of problems are they coming to you with? And do you have the solutions on hand now to help them?
Yeah, so I can't name customers.
No, I appreciate that, but give us some general ideas, like saying it's something in Germany, or
well, that one is public, so there is something in Germany.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
But what I can say is we're seeing 3 different types of use cases.
Yep.
One that I really like are generalized, like specific network functions, general network functions, load balancers, firewalls, DNS, AAA, DHCP. Yep. Those are easy. They're easy to get your head around. A lot of them are already available in the cloud world outside the NFV industry.
Yep.
So we know there's very little risk on the application side. Amazon has been offering virtual load balancers for a long time already.
Yep.
So there's little risk there. And some customers are saying, let's deploy those first. Why? A, it's low risk. But B, the big change is actually going to be internal. How do we change our operational model? How do we now separate between hardware and platform management and the apps, instead of being fully integrated, actually having different operational teams? How do we actually prove that distribution works? Right? So instead of taking risk everywhere, let's figure out an app which is low risk, easy to do, and bring in an NFV platform, operationalize that in the network, while at the same time doing more lab work around more complicated use cases, such as virtual EPC, data plane applications that started becoming really, really popular, and we're doing a lot of work around those, even surprisingly virtual gateways and even routing functions. And there's the middle area of control plane and CDN type projects, which are popular as well. So I really, really like seeing operators saying, okay, let's walk before we run. Let's take a low risk project. Anyway, there might be an end of life that we need to refresh that fits one of those categories. Yep. Let's bring that in the network while we figure out the more complicated and more impactful, mind you, use cases that we'll bring on at a phase 2 into the network.
Now, as CloudBand man, as I like to call you, what are you working on at the moment yourself?
So we're working across the stack. So if you look at the nodes, we're definitely spending more and more time on automation. We got to the point where it takes 2 hours to install a fully functional cloud site, and we can also deal with errors, etc. Automatically, the life cycle of applications, replace hardware automatically, all of those things without human intervention. But because of the different workloads that we're starting to intimately know, we're starting to fine-tune to do optimization for data plane, optimization for CDN where you might need more storage and a little bit less CPU, for example, as a blend, and other elements. On the upper layer of managing these distributed clouds, we're focusing on the correct placement and doing more fine-tuned, granular decision-making around business policies. Like, should these 2 VMs be in the same site or not? Should they be on the same, maybe 2 VMs need to be together, but pairs should be in different sites to increase reliability, where a single pair at the same site will give you added performance. And then we have a very major effort around what we call carrier paths, which is automating the deployment of the application itself. How do you actually deploy an application with a single click? How do you decide on the topology of that application? How do you heal it and scale it? But what's also interesting, I think, is the importance of operations. That is becoming a very, very big trend for us. We're seeing that we're creating different roles inside of CloudBand to reflect the new operational roles that people will have at our customers. Someone that's responsible only for dealing with the cloud infrastructure. Someone that's responsible only for a virtual network function. Someone that might be responsible for a collection of network functions in a different service. And giving them the right roles and responsibilities within a cloud management and orchestration system to do their job correctly and support each other correctly.
A couple of weeks ago, you introduced a new sort of ecosystem program. Why did you need to do it? What does it consist of, and where does it lead to?
Yeah, so I'm actually really proud of that. I think, in addition, we all try to sell and position our products and so on, but we need to also, I really believe we have a job to accelerate the industry. And if you believe, and we do, that an NFV platform will be generic for multiple applications, we have to break this paradigm where vendors are offering their virtual applications on top of their platform. So what we did is we opened up CloudBand. We created an NFV lab with a distributed system with all our tools and tricks, and we invited everybody to join it. So even our competitors are there, and they can take their virtual network function and go through the application automation, go through the onboarding process to put it on top of CloudBand. Some of the smaller vendors actually don't have a cloud platform, so it's a way for them to experiment. Some of the others, it's just interoperability testing and proving to the industry that multi-vendor is a reality in this environment. Then we also have our technology partners like Intel, Citrix, Red Hat, and others join underneath. So as we learn about the workloads, we can optimize the platforms even better. And then we're lucky to have both Deutsche Telekom and Telefonica join this effort to help guide us as an industry on use cases we should be looking at. So we don't charge for this, it's a service for the community. I think we learn a lot and improve our platform for it. I know we're helping the applications on top. And I think at the end of the day, this will kind of be like an iPhone play, where if you have a good app store, you have a better play in being relevant to our customers.
Interesting stuff. Dor Skuler, always a pleasure to chat to you. Thanks again.
TelecomTV, where ICT connects.